So are you also still extracting the details from all your PDFs manually? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to automate PDF extraction using an AI agent. So like you, I also used to manually extract the details from all my PDFs, but this is such a time consuming and an error prone task. So to solve this problem, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as we add the PDF into our Google Drive automatically, my AI agent is going to extract the details, and then further we are just going to add these details into my Google Sheets. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Drive, OpenAI and Google Sheets, and to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video I'll show you how to automate PDF extraction and content analysis using an AI agent. It is perfect for businesses managing large volumes of visual documents. So yes, for today's example we'll focus on import export documents. We are just going to extract the details, which is the key details from these documents, and add right over here into my spreadsheet. This setup saves hours of manual data entry, reduce the errors, and keep your records clean and organized. And while we are using import export file as our use case, the same workflow can be adapted to extract from any type of PDF, be it certificates, bills, contracts, or you name it. So let's build this smart document extraction system step by step. So to do this, I'm just going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. Now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of dollars free every month to explore the application. But over here I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And now it is opening the dashboard of my Pabbly Connects account, and to get started I'm simply going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I have already created, in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created mine, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations. And now I'm just going to name my workflow as this automate PDF extraction and analysis using an AI agent. And then we are simply going to click on this button which says create, and once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window right over here because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application, which is Google Drive, because I'll upload the PDFs on my Google Drive only. Alright, so I'm just going to search for Google Drive and I'm just going to select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm just going to select it as new file in a specific folder and click on this connect. Now it is saying add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Drive account with your Pabbly Connects workflow, you can simply click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection, and now we have to click on this blue button which says sign in with Google. And now after clicking on this button, Pabbly is going to ask me to select my Gmail account, with the help of which I'm just going to connect my Google Drive. So I'm simply going to select my Gmail account right over here, and after selecting my Gmail account, Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So I'm simply going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. And with this we have successfully connected our Google Drive account with our Pabbly Connects workflow. And now it is asking me to select the folder or the subfolder. So as you can see, the name of my folder is this. So I'm just going to select the same right over here. So I'm just going to refresh the fields first right from here, and I'm just going to select the same folder, which is import slash export documents. So I'm just going to search for the same folder right over here, and as you can see the same, so I'm simply going to select it. But before selecting the folder, you have to keep in mind that the folder should be a shareable one. So what do I mean by shareable one? So you have to go towards the folder name, share, and then once again towards this share. And over here, the general access should be anyone with the link and editor. It is really important that you keep the general access as anyone with the link and editor. Otherwise, your AI agent will not be able to extract the details from the given PDF. And after doing this, I'm simply going to click on this save and send test request. But before clicking on this save and send test request, I'll just let you know that Google Drive is a pooling based application. So pooling based application means that this application will not check for new data instantly. It is going to take some amount of time to check for the new data. And over here in the case of Google Drive, it is saying the trigger will check for new data in 10 minutes. So once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, Pabbly is going to capture the last response or the latest response made in my Google Drive folder. So what I'm just going to do is first I'm just going to do the test submission, and then only I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. So to do the test submission, I'm just going to go towards this new file upload, and over here I'm just going to upload the export document from which I'm just going to extract the details. So I'm simply going to upload this export doc right over here. And once I'm just going to upload this, now I'm just going to go back towards my workflow and click on this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, as you can see that we have successfully received the response right over here. Also, you're going to see that we have received the details of the same document which we have uploaded right over here. You're going to see the document name and the rest of the details. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what is going to happen is that whenever I'm just going to upload a new file in this specific folder, within 10 minutes the workflow is going to get started. And now I'm just going to extract the details from this PDF. For that, I'm just going to select my action application as OpenAI, which is my AI agent for today. So I'm just going to search for OpenAI and select it. And now for the action event, I'm just going to simply select it as extract content from PDF slash image and click on this connect. And now it is saying add a new connection or select existing connection. So if you haven't connected your OpenAI account, you have to go towards this add a new connection, and now you have to go open your OpenAI API key page in order to get this token. And using this token only, we are just going to create the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect's workflow. And after opening this page, you simply have to go towards this create new secret key button. You have to name your key, select the project and click on this create secret key button, and your key will be created. I've already created my key, so I'm simply going to paste that key right over here and click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select my OpenAI model. So I'm simply going to select my OpenAI model as GPT-4o Mini. You can select any another of your choice. And now it is asking me for the image slash PDF URL. So I'm simply going to enter the image slash PDF URL which we received from the response of our Google Drive. But we are not going to enter it manually or by copy pasting it, but instead I'm just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Drive as a trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of a trigger application only. And as soon as we are just going to map these details automatically, my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So yes, as you can see that I'm simply going to map this web content link right over here from the response of my Google Drive. And now it is asking me to enter the prompt. So over here, I'm just going to extract the details using the structured output. But this prompt is a required field. So I'm just going to enter the prompt as extract me the details. So I'm just going to keep the prompt really simple because I'm just going to extract the details using the structured output. So yes, I'm just going to enter the structured output JSON object over here. But I promised you that I'm just going to create this automation without knowing any programming or coding language. So how are we going to get this JSON object? So to get this, I'm simply going to follow this important notes, and it is saying to generate the structured output JSON, navigate to this URL. So I'm just going to simply open this URL, and using this only, I'm just going to generate the structured output JSON without knowing any programming or coding language. Further, I'm just going to go towards this generate button right over here. And now in order to generate the JSON schema, we have to enter the prompt. And how are we going to enter that prompt? For that, I'm just going to open my spreadsheet. And after opening my spreadsheet, what I'm just going to do is I'm simply going to open my notepad. And now over here in the notepad, I'm just going to enter the details which I want to extract. So first, I'm just going to extract the invoice number. So I'm just going to search for invoice number. I'm just going to type invoice number. I'm just going to move on in another line and I'm just going to enter the type. So it is type of number. So I'm just going to enter type of number. Now I'm just going to move on in another line and now I'm just going to enter the description, which is extract and give me the invoice number mentioned in the document. So like I did for invoice number, I'm just going to do for the rest of the details too. The port of loading. So I'm just going to enter the detail which I want to extract, the port of loading. And as you can see that I've successfully entered the prompt for all of these details. And now what I'm just going to do is I'm simply going to copy this prompt right from here and now I'm just going to paste it right over here. So I'm just going to simply paste it and click on this create to generate the JSON schema. And once I'm just going to click on this create, over here going to see that my AI agent has successfully generated me the JSON schema. So I'm simply going to copy it and now I'm just going to paste it right over here in the structured output field. And after pasting this, I'm simply going to click on this button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, my AI agent is going to extract the details from this PDF, which is this export doc, and give it to me right over here as the response. And further, I'm just going to add those details right over here in my Google Sheets. So I'm just going to wait for a few seconds till my AI agent is extracting me the details. And as you can see that my AI agent has successfully extracted me the details, be it the invoice number, port of loading, and the rest of the details. You're going to see that these are the same details which we have right over here in my import export doc. You can see that the invoice number is exactly the same. So yes, you can see that with this we have successfully completed this open AI step, and I'm just going to add these details into my Google Sheets. For that, I'm just going to click on this add another action step, select my action application as Google Sheets. For the action event, I'm just going to select add new row and click on this connect. I've recently connected my Google Sheets account, so I'm simply going to go towards this, select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't connected, you have to go towards this add a new connection, and like we connected our Google Drive, you have to follow these same steps. All right, I'm just going to click on this select existing connection and then save right over here. And now I'm just going to select my spreadsheet in which I'm just going to add the details, and then I'm just going to select the sheet. And now after selecting both of these, I'm just going to simply map all of these details one by one which my AI agent generated. So yes, I'm just going to take an example of this import export documents, but you can extract any another details like I showed you. Following the same procedure and the same logic, you can extract any another details. And now I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, and now I'm just going to open my spreadsheet, and as you can see, the details have been added right over here. So yes, these same details which we had right over here in the export doc has been added right over here, that too without any manual intervention or errors. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now we don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. Whenever I'm just going to add a new file in this specific folder, within 10 minutes the workflow is going to get started. OpenAI is going to extract the details from that particular document and add it right over here in my spreadsheet. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video with... So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.